Hello world, it's Prey 5 Qapla, and yeah, we're doing something a little different today. As you can see, you're seeing my desktop because I've still got to work on the Space Engineers server. Today we decided to make a few changes. Instead of using Torch, we're just going to and of course the video is not showing. We're just going to host the game the old-fashioned way by simply loading it onto Anti-Tracker's stream. Anti-Tracker's Space Engineers account on the Anti-server, and just letting it play that way. Give me a quick second to bring up my tablet, because I will not have YouTube up the entire time. I'm going to have to start editing files and whatnot, and remember to switch to live chat if you're here. That'll make life easier. Come on, live chat, work. Son of a bitch. Just go. Okay. Cinnabon Bunny was here early, calling me late, and saying I was playing Space Engineers instead of streaming. I was working on Space Engineers. I wouldn't consider it playing. Alexander Brooks was actual first. Welcome, Alexander. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Cinnabon, hashtag it's about time, oh pray. Not Ryan Johnson says hello on Qapla. You need to upgrade to alpaca mode on the server. Josh Reed says down with Bird of Prey until he or she changes his or her name to Alpaca Prey 5. Kronos says Qapla, Bird of Prey, Mo Prey, Nerds of Prey, and Sassy Prey. What did I miss? Just started. Kronos says, son of a bitch. Aaron Matthews says, hey, Bird of Prey and all. 47 Yorktown says, hey, hello, Mr. Bird. Make the server sing Daisy. Kronos says, Aaron Matthew, how are things for you? Yes, how is the daughter, Matthew? Are you out of the hospital? Is everything okay? Yeah, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. Just hope everything's okay. Josh Street says alpaca time. Captain Cat says not first, second, or third. That is true. Shrowmore says greetings, Bird of Prey, Mamo Prey 5, and Fel Nerds, Mamo Prey, and Sassy are indeed outside. And Chris M Collecting says hello, Bird. And Chris M, I did get your message on Discord offering assistance. I'm not at that point yet, but thank you. Just so you know, I'm sorry I didn't reply. I was kinda in the zone. So, forgive me. I'm going to take my eyes off the comments for a while, and we're going to go to Josh reads his Bird. You needed to Anti-Tracker's computer to say, I can't do that, Michael. Yes. And Shrowmore, and I can't miss this, of course. Shrowmore says, greetings to Sassy, Chaser of Cats, Eater of Cookies, Stalker of Cardinals, Defiler of Cushions, and Scourge of the Squirrels. And Aaron Matthew, with an update, says, a little better. We are home and in a holding pattern. If all goes as we pray, we won't have to go back for surgery. Well, Aaron Matthew, I'm glad you're home, and I definitely will be hoping and praying with you. You don't have to go for surgery, and Mamo Prey says the same. Captain Cat, Bird of Prey, when are you changing your name? When are you changing your name to Birdie Prey 5? F that, Birdie Prey. Oh, Birdie, Triangular, whatever the hell your name is. Still pisses me off. Although, Yosef, don't worry, Yosef. I know you watch Discovery. It's okay. You don't have to, I'm not mad at people who like Discovery. There's simply no way, though, to claim Discovery is doing the best of any Star Trek episode, of any Star Trek series ever. It's just ridiculous. Yosef says, hi, Joe. Mama prays sassy and the flock. Thank you, Yosef. Kronos says, Aaron, it's good to hear. Glad that they're home. Josh reads his Mama pray. Any more stories? A little old alpaca. Oh, pray 5 today. Cutting her up early.
Yeah, I wanted something earlier.
Uh-huh.
And now I'll put it in there.
She thought of something earlier, but now she's forgot it. She'll think of it again. Yeah, so let me show you guys what's involved with these space engineers. Oh, you remember? Do you want to come tell it? Because I'll work on the server while you tell the story, because they're going to be bored when I explain to them. Yeah, so Mamo Pray is going to say some stuff while I work on the server, and this way you guys won't be totally bored as I edit a big text file. Okay, and Mamo Pray is going to give Sassy a treat to make sure Sassy Anyway, this is the sandbox config file that holds all the important settings for space engineers. So I will be editing this. Mama Craig, take it away.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'll be speaking, but I won't be able to see what you're chatting. Oh, can I?
If you want to look at that, you'll be able to read the chat.
Oh, okay.
We can point it toward you.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, the old eyes of Mamo Pray might be able to read this. We'll see. Anyway, I was talking to Joe this morning, as I was watching, not really watching, he had the TV on, just Sunday morning news shows or whatever comes on. And I was watching and watching, and I said, I'm really beginning to get angry. For someone who was born in the 50s and grew up in the 50s and 60s in Brooklyn, New York, I am so disappointed at all the BS that has taken over the news shows. And taken over everything. The news shows, the movies, the TV shows. I was, a young teenager during the Vietnam War. Now, I had two brothers. One stepbrother is 6 years older than me, and my other brother 7 years older. They both had friends in the war. My stepbrother enlisted, and he was in Vietnam, and I was well aware of all the, what was going on in the world in those days. And there was the, hippie movement, the flower children, those against the war, those for the war. Oh, sorry, Joe. I was talking with my hands and hit Bird's glasses right off his head. Sorry about that.
Joseph Patrick put in a €2 super chat. Thank you, Joseph Patrick. And he says, hi, Mom. Mom, hi.
Oh, thank you, Joseph. Anyway, so being aware of what was going on in the world then, but even prior to that, or was it after? No, during that same time, the marches in the South. Now, in Brooklyn, we were diversified. I mean, even back then, I remember being about 6 or 7, and my father, well, I had told you my mother passed away when I was 5. A year later, my father remarried, and then there were 5 children. Well, 6 with my sister that was already married. But, what was that show on TV, The Brady Bunch? Well, we weren't that Brady Bunch. It doesn't always work out that well. And Thomas Potts, Joe.
Yes, Thomas Potts put $1.99 super chat in. Hit Berto Frey 5 again.
Thomas, I don't want your money, but it's going to take a lot more than $1.99 for me to hit him again. Unless it's another accident. But anyway, getting back to wherever I was in the 50s and 60s and what was going on in the world.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, and okay, so I remember my father sitting us 5 children down, and this was maybe 1960, and talking to us about the N-word. He said, don't ever, ever, ever use it. It's not nice. It offends people. Everyone is the same. You never use slurs for anything. For people of different color, different race. Now, for me to remember that, it made an impact. And I never used the N-word. Never. And I thought of people as people, and I came across, there were many different races, nationalities. This was the world I grew up in. And I guess I was in high school when busing became an issue or mandated or whatever. And people from other neighborhoods were being bused to different schools, and the climate changed a bit, but not terribly, because we were already diversified. Then, now, I don't know what was going on in the southern states. I mean, I know from the news, but I didn't have any first-hand knowledge of being, where one race wasn't allowed to sit at a counter. Everybody went into a restaurant. Everybody was there. White, black, brown. Of course, in those days, black people did not refer to themselves as black people. That phrase did not start until the Black Panthers. But whatever you want to be called, I'll call you. In fact, I always thought of myself as white. I was over 40 and not teaching, I was a paraprofessional in a junior high school. And somebody said something, and the class was predominantly black. And it was a special ed class, and had 1 girl and 9 boys. Anyway, but they said something to me. Whatever was going on, it was a racial issue in the news. And they said, don't worry, Mrs. D. You're not white. They're not going to bother you. And I said, excuse me? What do you mean I'm not white? He said, no, you're Italian. I said, but still, look at me. I look white. I always thought I was white. It was the first time somebody told me I wasn't white. Well, whatever. Getting back to moving on in life and coming across, I wanted equality for everyone, and I was all for that from day one. I don't believe we have equality now. I don't believe that this was the way things were supposed to turn out. White males are the oppressed population today. Going more than that, people that have white skin color, whether you consider yourself white or not, like I said, I never knew that I wasn't considered white, but I guess I'm not. And I don't care what I'm considered. And I don't know what the audience out there is right now, and I'm talking about equality doesn't mean more equal for one group than another. And, like going back to when, Joe was in junior high, or was it elementary school? No, it was junior high. There was a science fair, and, he was always very good in science, and it was high school. Mm-hmm. Right. I was PTA president in high school too. Okay. Anyway, I was always involved in the schools. I worked for the Board of Ed for a few years. And anyway, this science fair came up, and one of the faculty brought me aside and said, don't let Joe waste his time with this science fair, because he was all, happy about it. He was going to, get all involved. And I said, why? They said, because it's really not for him. They wrote a grant and got the money for this, and it was aimed at promoting women and minorities in science. And I said, what? What do you mean, promoting women and minorities in science? I said, so no matter how well he does, he doesn't stand a chance in hell of winning? And they said, yeah, basically that's it. That was like, wow. A few years later, well, more than a few. No, earlier. I'm so sorry. Earlier than this, because he wasn't even born yet. My mother-in-law worked for I don't want to say the name of the company, but let's just say a famous photocopying company that is world known. And affirmative action became law, and they had to hire more women and minorities. Great. I thought that was terrific.
Just because she was already working.
Oh yeah.
For the company.
Oh yeah. She was working. I don't know what her title was, but she had a good job there and a good title. They were right off Wall Street in Lower Manhattan. And she came home and saying about affirmative action going in. And I said, well, that's good. It gives more people a chance. She says, yes, but the HR department had to make up 3 separate tests. Because back then, I don't know if they still do it, when you were applying for a job, you got an aptitude test. and they made 3 separate ones. One for white people, one for people of, is this still proper, Hispanic?
Hispanic is one.
Okay, Hispanic, and one for black people. 3 different tests. Oh, Joseph, I'm reading down as it passed my face, and I see Joseph. Yeah, that was it. I'm not going to say it, but that was it. Anyway, and I said, wow, that's not fair. I believe the best person for the job should get the job. If a certain group of people needed more training or education, that should be made available to them. But, I just feel in the 50 years that I've watched this, it's gone. It's gone so far the other way. I don't know. If I was young today, married to Dad O'Prey, and about to start a family, I don't know if I would. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen. And I feel I never held, what's the word I'm looking for, Joe?
You never held what? Prejudices?
Right. I never held prejudices against any group of people. If I liked you, I didn't care what the color of your skin was. And if I didn't like you, I didn't care what the color of your skin was, or your religion, or anything like that. And I'm just so disappointed in the world today. Anyway, Joe, I want to read some of these comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how to go back up.
You scroll up with your finger.
Okay. Scroll.
Okay, you just put your finger down, and you can go up or down.
Okay, guys, I'm going to try to read some of these. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. You just click anywhere. Click anywhere on the words. To close the box.
Okay, I was up to that.
Okay.
Alright, Josh Street says, LOL, Mom will pray 5. It's okay, Bird deserved it for not changing his name to Alpaca 05. And Joseph Petrick, this is better Trek than DSC. Yeah, well, anything is better than that, isn't it? Oh no, Joseph likes it, so it's okay, thank you. Like Crusher and the Ghost, Paris and the Lizards, Tasha, I don't know what this is.
Those are, who said that?
Joseph.
There is better Trek than these.
There is, I read it
wrong. There is, like Crusher and the Ghost. Okay, those are all awful episodes of the respective series. Except, of course, Archer and the Sick Dog, which was one of my favorite episodes of Enterprise, but most people think those are terrible episodes.
Oh, okay. Alright, the Epic Beard says, even Mom will pray attacks Bird. His evil is confirmed. No, he's not evil. Not Ryan Johnson. We all know Anti-Trekker wasn't on vacation. He was hunting alpacas. Oh, okay. Thomas Potts is laughing. John DeMarco, good evening. Joseph Petrick is, so there is a price. Hitman Mom. Ha ha ha. Oh, I said I would hit him. I didn't say I would hit him. Big difference. The price to hit him isn't, there is no price then to hit him. I could never do that. Right?
Wow. I'm saying wow.
Oh, he's saying wow. Okay. Josh Street says, Mom will pray 5. Bird always has accidents all the time. So a hit here or there is nothing. I understand that. So Mom will pray has accidents often. How much for another accident? Sorry, guys. Qapla. Mr. Wandell's group. You say I'm losing my voice. Groovy Movie says Qapla.
Qapla.
Chrono says, Mom will pray. You are white unsubbing. Just kidding. I don't know what I am anymore. John DeMarco says, I'm Italian as well, and I never thought of myself as anything other than white. Well, until this boy in my class told me I wasn't white, I didn't know. Aaron Matthew, not to find a point on it, but it is kind of shitty to ask a parent to hit their kid regardless of age. I get that it's all in joking and whatnot, though. Just my 1 cent. Aaron, I agree with you, but it is all a joke. I mean, unless somebody's coming up with, I don't know, a couple of $1 million and not...
You know what?
Wait.
For $100, I'll take a hit. Mom O'Prey doesn't hit all that hard.
Well, I was going to say, saying. I couldn't hit you. I could tap you on the head, maybe.
You give me a good whack. I'm not gonna hold out for thousands of dollars today.
Oh no, I would just hold out for the millions because I don't want to do it. Okay. Joseph Petrick says, we are oppressed group here. It's called married. No comment on that. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies at Mamo Pray. The audience is predominantly human. There may be an Andorian or two lurking, but that's about it. Thank you. I needed to know that. Wonder who the Andorian is. Anyway, they're welcome to. Hector. Is it Hector? Says, 2 of my grandparents were Northern Italian. Grandma was blonde with blue eyes. Actually, my father's parents came from Bari, Italy, which I believe is like the southern part of the boot. I don't remember much. But his sister had red hair and blue eyes. And then, that was my aunt. So one of my cousins also has red hair and blue eyes. I guess, but just when I have brown hair and brown eyes. Well, I have gray hair now, but it used to be brown. I don't know, just by my name, which obviously the kids in school didn't know my maiden name. They only knew my married name, but my maiden name is definitely Italian also. Anyway, Hector says, Andorian males? If there's an Andorian female, I would want to know. See, I'm not getting this because I don't know what Andorian...
Andorians are the blue people with antennas from Enterprise.
Ah, okay.
Strand was Andorian.
Joseph Petrick took a correct guess at where Mama used to work. Okay. Aaron Matthew said, I am scared to send my kids to school because of more and more crap like this. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. It is a scary time. I have no... I guess if I had kids now, I'd probably be homeschooling them and doing them a terrible injustice. But you just never know what's going to happen. Hector said, why I'm so nervous that Bird is going through all that critical... I don't know what. The Epic Beard. I'm waiting for internet cache due to Bird's coding. Oh, internet crash. I really can't read anymore. Joseph Petrick. wise words, voice of reason. I'm not sure what that was about, but I hope it was what I was saying. And if it was, thank you. Mike Richards, I'm third generation Italian. Well, I am actually half Italian and half German. But my husband was all Italian, so that makes Bird here about 75% Italian and 25% German, or thereabouts. John DeMarco, the best person should get the job. Such bigotry? I don't understand. Is he being...
He's saying no. He's saying the best person should get the job. That affirmative action is bigotry.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, what gets me really angry, as I said, I was fighting and fighting for equality. I could tell you a story. I have come across reverse racism. I was in my early 20s before I even met Dado Prey, and I was working in Lower Manhattan, and one of my coworkers, who I don't have a lot of friends, I never did. I had a few friends, and this woman was like one of my best friends. We met at work, we became close, we would eat lunch every day together, we'd go out after work. Oh, did I mention she was black? And she invited me. Now, my father owned a neighborhood pub, and most of the people that frequented the pub were white, but not all. And she would come there with me sometimes, and she'd have a good time. Everybody enjoyed having her there. Probably we were the only two females, so that helped. Anyway, so she invites me to her son's 6th birthday party. And I had been to her apartment previously on more than one occasion. And I come to the birthday party, and I walk in the door, and the apartment's pretty crowded. And I hear from the next room, "Who's she? What's she doing here?" I looked over at my friend. I said, "Is this going to be a problem?" And she goes, "Oh, no. That's my grandfather. He's really old. It's the old ways. Don't pay any attention to him." But I was ill at ease. I really was. But I stayed. I wasn't going to let one person, and I realized the older generation then definitely had their own ways, whether they were white or black. But hey, I stayed. I had a good time. She was, we were still friends. I never really ran into her grandfather again, but other than that, everything was good. And I lost track of where I was, Joe.
It happens.
Oh, okay. I'm going back to reading unless Joe is ready to take...
Not particularly.
Okay, so then I'm keep going, guys. I hope you don't mind having me here. The Epic Beard said, "See you all in the Stone Age after Bird finishes destroying the modern age with his hacking." I have no clue what he's doing, guys. You know that. Hector said, "Oh no, she's reading the comments." Hector said, "I hope you all behaved." Look, John DeMarco says, "We're in trouble now." Thomas Boss, "Stream sees Seems a lot better today. Thanks, Thomas. Kronos, Mama Pray is taking over the stream. Nice. The Epic Beard, Mama Pray will get more subs than Bird. Aw, guys. Ekta says, I'm hoping, praying that he really knows what the variables he's changing do.
I got a decent understanding. If anybody knows where in the files I put the administrators, let me know, because apparently it changed with the economy updates. That's all.
Okay, well, the next one from Ekta says, enable, this is for you. Enable economy false. Bob,
I put it to true. I saw it and I put it to true already.
Oh, okay. The Epic Beard, $100. LOL. Chrono says, only 100? Bird takes hits for cheap. No, only from me, I'm sure, because he knows I can't really hit him. Josh Street says, so 100 Carogan rounds, that's what, $1 USD? Chrono says, what a bargain. Oh, guys. Well, Mama Pray, how much to hit Z button when Bird is flying his ship? Oh, the Z button. Oh, no, I would not. I would not touch that keyboard while he's flying his ship or anything else. After watching him the last few days, it was like I wanted to take the computer and put it in a different room just to give his brain a break. So, I would not purposely screw up the game. Okay, moving on. Alright. Oh, Cinnabon Bunny. Why is his not blue?
He's not blue?
He's not blue.
Oh,
Do you not have a wrench? Is that it?
I guess not. I got a wrench and Aaron.
Oh. Anyway, hello, Cinnabon. When Bird was growing up, did he have a habit of leaving windows open? No. Real windows or windows on the computer? I don't think we had windows on the computer then.
Everything is open for a reason.
Ah. Joseph says, Mom, just kiss Joe on the forehead. I am not paying for that, but he deserves it. Okay, I'm trying to get close.
Oh.
I kissed him on the forehead. And no, you never have to pay for that. But thank you. Kennewick Sapien, Mama Pray running the stream is a great surprise. It's a surprise to me too, guys. Thank you. John DeMarco, homeschooling is great. I did it with my kids for years. I thought about it, but we had a really good, gifted program in the public school, and, I don't know. See, now today there's so much more organized after school activities, than there were 20 years ago or however long it was since my kids were in school. I felt I would be doing them an injustice. But you see now, I'm listening to you if you say it's great. And, the next comment, Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies, he also is great.
Mr. Londell picks you up.
I don't think homeschooling would be a terrible injustice to your kids. Okay, I don't know, I didn't do it, but I did think of it. Jason Link says greetings at Berto Pray, Mamo Pray, Sisso Pray, who isn't here, but I'll tell her, and Sassio Pray, Alpaca. Thank you. John DeMarco said, sorry, I was being sarcastic about the bigotry comment. No need to apologize. That's, sometimes things go over my head. Most of the time, things go over my head. I mean, I'm not really tall at all. One thing in life I wanted to do was make 5 feet tall and never did it. And now, at this age, I'm starting to shrink. Anyway, the Epic Beard. Maybe Mamo Pray will make videos now. She is doing well. You see, guys, I have 2 issues with doing videos. One is I really don't want to be on camera.
You don't have to be. Doomcock doesn't even have a camera.
I know Doomcock doesn't have a camera. But you see why we're able to do this now? Because you're actually on, but you're busy.
Right, and I'm literally got Sassy gnawing on my arm.
Right. And I am not busy at the moment because Joe is busy. But when he's off stream, I can't plan a block of time to do a video. Or do a live stream.
We'll have to stream at the same time.
Yeah, we'd have to stream at the same time. And it's the timing, the logistics, trying to be worked out how to do it.
And realistically, Sassy.
Yeah.
Sassy does not like being left alone, so right now Sassy is biting my hand.
Yeah,
because she's play biting, but
she's fighting with his hand like
she thinks my hand is a toy of hers. Sassy. Ow.
Okay.
You didn't say give paw.
All right, now Josh Street says Mamo Pray is better than Bird any day. Aw, I don't think so. I can't sing like him. Sorry. I really am a lot worse. Kronos says, you are doing very well, Mamo Pray. Thank you, Kronos. Aaron Matthews said, we all love Mamo Pray. Thank you. Josh Street says, sub to Mamo Pray if you haven't subbed yet, and puts in the link. Thank you, Josh Street. John DeMarco says, Bird doesn't need any help with crashing. Aaron Matthews said, I sub. Thank you, Aaron. Mike Richards, subscribed. Thank you. Love you, Ma. Thank you. Chrono says, ditto. You guys are great. While I'm here, I'm going to thank all of you. And I have a plea. I actually going to make a plea to you guys. If any of you know somebody in your family, a close friend, that is a caregiver to someone else, a parent, a child, if they're a family caregiver to anybody, and, everybody says, oh, if you need anything, call me. Don't wait for them to call you, because no matter how much help they may need, most people won't reach out and say, I could use this. The best thing you could do is give them a call and say, oh, are you going to be busy Tuesday afternoon or Saturday morning or whatever? And if they say, no, we're here, everything's good, show up at the door. Bring a box of cookies, whatever. Surprise them with something and just spend some time. Because that's the one thing I know. I have family. Well, my side of the family is all in Florida. My sister, my brother, my nephews. But I have to say, I have a nephew and his wife that are really good to us. And every time they travel up and they're in this area, and even if they only have 2 hours, they'll call up, we're going to be in town Tuesday and Wednesday, what's a better day to come, and what would you like us to bring for lunch? I mean, things like that. Not that I'm begging for food, it's the company. So, what you guys do for both Joe and myself is more than I could ever tell you. It's like having a community within reach. And I'm sure it's probably kept me sane. Since he started doing YouTube videos and I hear a good portion of what's going on and him reading comments, you don't know how happy you make me. So I'm thanking you guys for just being there. But again, if there's somebody in your family that might be in our position, reach out to them. And just do little things. But don't, my daughter calls me and says, what can I do? Or what do you need? I'm on my way over. What do you need? You know what comes out of my mouth? Nothing. I'm good. Just come over. It's like, I don't know how to say, if I'm running out of milk, I'll tell them, could you stop and take a gallon of milk or something like that? But, I don't know. I'm not even making sense at the moment. But I hope I'm getting a message across. Anyway, I was at Kronos saying ditto. I'm going back to the comments unless Joe is ready for you to take over.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I'm going back to comments, guys. Aaron Matthew. So what ended up happening with the science fair? Did Bird do an entry? Yes.
Yeah, I did a big entry. I did a ton of research. It was a lot of work. And when it came to the award ceremony that was held at the college, it was in high school, but we were having the award ceremony at the college. That's where they were going to announce the winners of the science fair. And when I did not get called for honorable mention or third place, I was really, really excited. And then I was really, really disappointed. And then I didn't speak to one of my science teachers for a couple of weeks. It pissed me off.
If I hadn't been involved in the school like I was, and that faculty person didn't give me a heads up on what it was all about. It wasn't advertised science fair for women and minorities. So it was like, anyway. Nowadays, I've also come across it. My last job, I worked for an airline before Joe got sick, and I was a supervisor in Newark Airport for a major airline. But making my way to supervisor, there were a few bumps in the road. People promoted before me, and then some of them just let go for various reasons. But I was on my way to becoming a manager when Joe got sick, and I walked out of the job, handed my keys to somebody that was taking over for me the next day, because the next day was Mother's Day. And that afternoon, Joe wound up in the hospital, and I never went back. But luckily I didn't have anything to bring back to them. I mailed my IDs back and that was it. I mean, there was no way I was going back to work with him in the hospital in a coma. And then afterwards, well, you know the story's there. Anyway, let's go back. Nicole Molo? Nicole. Heck, I had a drill truck go bananas in Space Engineers, and all I did was retracted the drill arm, then it goes bouncing down the hill, blows up. You hear that?
Yeah, I wouldn't use pistons or blocks that move except wheels. I mean, you can at your own risk, but they're not safe for use, in my opinion.
Okay. The Epic Beard says, already subbed to Mamo Pray, but had to make sure. Thank you, Epic Beard. Aaron Matthew said, my wife was homeschooled on a farm and is okay. That's cool. Being from the city and hating a city, I would have loved to grow up on a farm. That to me sounds really cool. Nicole says, rotors were in the arm. Hector at Nicole. Rotors were in the arm. Nicole said, yeah. Hector says, rotors and pistons is the devil's mix. Haha. They're talking about Space Engineers, which I don't know. LOL. John DeMarco, you could do a video where you just talk with a picture of Sassy on the screen, for example, Mama Pray. Actually, that's what I did think of doing. But, well, Joe's, PCA, Camille, if the guys that have been around a while, Camille, helps out with Joe 3 days a week. But unfortunately, she had an operation back in July and hasn't been back yet. So I really haven't had any help, and it's just been me and Joe here, and I haven't had time to do anything. But maybe after she gets back and things settle down, I might be able to do that. But yes, Sassy's picture up on, definitely. Aaron Matthews said, I went to public school and was heavy into theater. I only worry that kids in homeschooling don't have the same amount of opportunities like band, theater, and sports. Good character building stuff. Exactly. That's why I was hesitant. And just being around other kids. Now, it depends, I guess, on, there are clubs, like Joe was into science. There was what was the name of the group that I ran? Space Cadets. Yeah, like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. There were Space Cadets. And, we met, I don't know, I guess once a week in the school. Went on for a couple of years. And, things like that. And Joe was never big into sports. But there were other clubs. I mean, Sister O'Prey joined the Boy Scouts, not the Girl Scouts. The Boy Scouts. Years ago, the Boy Scouts had explorers, and you could be a girl and be an explorer. And her and her friend became explorers. Of course, her friend's mother was a den mother or whatever you call them. And her friend's brother was in there too. So, I mean, they had a good time. And things like that, I thought if I was homeschooling, they might miss things like that. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies. Did you give him a wrench?
I did.
I see, you're blue now. Ah, very good. Just get her microphone off camera so she can chime in from time to time. Yes, that would be good too. The epic beard, sassy biting bird, is Turdistan spy confirmed. Maybe. She stopped biting him now. And she went to bed. I want you to know, Sassy doesn't have a dog bed like Allie. Sassy has a twin-sized bed.
Auntie. Oh,
Auntie. Oh, right.
Oh, that's right. You
Oh, the name was... Yeah, I did. Right. That was not on purpose. The dog's name was originally Allie, and now it's Auntie, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, going back. Kronos, you need to feed Sassy O'Prey more. Bird is being eaten alive. That is true. But I don't think I need to feed her anymore. I'm trying to cut down on what she eats. I've just gotten her to eat carrots for snacks, treats, whatever. She eats them once in a while, and then once in a while she won't touch them. Okay. Hector says Sassy is trying to help Bird build a working server. Probably. Nicole said Bird needs a bigger hammer for the server. Ha ha ha. Oh gosh. Aaron Matthews says, OMG, Mama Pray is 100% right about just going. Someone in our church brought us lasagna for dinner today without calling, and it made such a huge difference. Right, Aaron. Joe had a friend that he hadn't spoken to, I guess, since before you got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And he called the beginning of the summer, or maybe in spring, and they spoke for a long time and whatever. So I want to see you. I want to, come and visit. And they made the date, and we knew he was coming, and he said, tell your mother I am bringing everything. Do not, he said. He asked what I wanted from where he lived. And I said, gee, there's a good ravioli store there. I meant an uncooked box of ravioli. Oh, no. His wife made tomato sauce and the ravioli and meatballs. He came with a full dinner in a hot bag. All I did was heat it up in the micro for a couple of minutes. And he came, but not only that, and loaves of Italian bread. And then he went back out to the car and came in with the most beautiful bouquet of flowers for me. I was so touched. I would have been very happy making them lunch or dinner or whatever it was we were having. But he came with everything. And it was like, yeah, it made a huge difference. And I had enough leftovers. It was like the epic beard. My wife is a caregiver at work. Takes care of mentally handicapped in her family-owned business. I agree. Hats off to your wife. The situation was one that, for us, when Joe got sick, there was no way I was leaving him. But to someone that chooses caregiving for their line of work, definitely, I think they are amongst the best people in the world. Because as a caregiver, You either have to love your job or love the person you're caring for. Now, Dad O'Prey needed care before he passed. And, I don't know how to put it. He wasn't always the best patient. And there were times, now, you gotta understand, Joe was already here in the hospital bed being sick when Dad O'Prey really got bad. And there were people coming in to help with Dad O'Prey. His insurance was slightly different. But he wasn't always, and he had to go to, what do you call that, Joe? Help me out here, I'm losing it. The kidney. Dialysis. He had to go to dialysis 3 times a week, but taking care of both of them was definitely strenuous. And I had help with Dad O'Prey. But you definitely, a lot of people that came in that helped with Dad O'Prey, some of them were the most caring and patient people you ever met. And then some should never have been in the business. You remember she was a nurse that I was making breakfast?
Yeah.
It was whatever day of the week it was. And I had, she was a nurse that came to examine Dad O'Prey. And she was finished and she was walking out and she was going past Bird here. And, I had just given him breakfast, whatever it was, bacon and eggs, toast. And she says, "Oh, you have the light." I wanted to hit her. I know she meant it in a way that he was getting a nice breakfast. But, like, here he is, at that point, 31 years old, not able to move more than his arms. And she was somebody in the line of work that should have realized what was coming out of her mouth. But they were worse than her. She just was not thinking. But my hat's off to your wife, Epic Girl. Who is this? Hakeem. Oh, Hakeem. Hakeem. Leave out the H. Hakeem. Hello, Hakeem. Now I want cookies. Me too. Cinnabon Bunny. I bring the bunnies to visit at nursing homes. Oh.
Oh, that's nice. Cinnabon, I'll check on YouTube if they're still here, but if you are, can I invite you into the game to make the alpaca faction again? And I'll look for it.
Nicole says, at 2, Mama pray not a lot of family left here. Yeah, I don't have a lot of family, left in New York. Luckily I still have, my brother and sister and one stepbrother, bunch of nieces, nephews, and cousins, but they're all in Florida. But I speak to them all the time, and we're as close as people can be, being 1,000 miles apart. Jason Link. My fiance has Huntington's disease. Trying to care for her and work full time is a chore until her disability comes through. Fortunately, I only work 2 doors away from home. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. And not good that she has Huntington's disease, but good that you're so close. And it's hard. It's just so hard trying to do your best. I mean, I know I'm always feeling like I'm failing Bert at something. I should be doing more. I don't know what more I could be doing, but,
And I always tell her she does more than
it's just so, my hats go up to you, and, I hope all goes well with your fiance and her disability, and it's hard. Everything is hard. I'll do another stream or take over Bird's stream, about insurance. Medical insurance, Medicare. Joe only has Medicare. And when you try to get something, if you read whatever the book says, oh, this is covered, that's covered, medically necessary are 2 words, and then if you have a Medicare Advantage plan, which Joe has, there's 2 different kinds. I'll go into this a different time, but there are loopholes. I'll just say there are loopholes in everything so that they don't have to pay. We pay privately for everything except Joe's doctor that visits either every 2 months or every 3 months, and we have a good copay on that. But everything else is physical therapy, Camille, everything we just pay, because after fighting with insurance, you just get tired, and if you can do it, you do it. But I wish you luck, Jason. John DeMarco says, nice wallpaper, Bird. I don't know what that is. Now with Mr. Lundell is going into the wallpapers. And all of my different icons. USS Defiant, Cisco's mother-loving, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Daniel's Hot Topic. So in 2022, it will be the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, the 20th anniversary of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and the 10th anniversary of the horrible Mark Webb Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I guess that's for you guys, because I know nothing about Spider-Man. Kronos. I loved it when Mama Frey said the word cool. Thank you, Kronos. The Multi-Gun Man. Hi, Bird. How's it going? Hey, Multi-Gun Man. Going well. Daniel's Hot Topics. Desktop folders. I have a couple of folders, but I want instant access to everything. No, it's okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Daniel's Hot Topics that I call Mark Webb, Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, the Garbage Universe. Oh, okay. The Multi-Gun Man says, excellent. It's Mama Pray 5. She's the best. Thank you, Multi-Gun Man. Kronos says, that was a good Defiant pick. Oh, you're a fit. Okay. T-Berg Sci-Fi fan. So you're the one with unsafe rotors on the Sinus server. I don't know if that's talking to you about that. I'm the one with unsafe rotors? On the Sinus server? S-I-N-N-E? I don't know. I didn't make any rotors on the Sinus server. Joseph Petra said, I grew up in a city and moved to a village. totally different lives, but I would not change. Flat versus house with garden. You get it. Yeah. I would love, I mean, honestly, I know Joe and I have both spoken about Caroga. If there was a way that Dad O'Prey could have made a living up there, we would have been there. We would have been there. God, 300 acres of land. Of course, I don't like that much snow, but I would have survived. Mom O'Prey, what's your favorite hobby? Reading. I read a lot. I really do. That's
She has a Kindle, and she goes through them like crazy. Or a member of the Amazon, whatever their books unlimited or whatever.
yeah, the Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, Joe got a Kindle Unlimited subscription, and yeah, I just read and read and read. That's my only hobby these days. The Epic Beers has always lived in the country except 6 years in Chicago. Learned I didn't like city life and moved back to Michigan. Epic Beard, I tried so many times to get out of this city. And now, with Joe in the condition he's in, I don't see how we could live basically anywhere but a city. And I guess this is as country as you're going to get, because we're not in high-rise buildings. I mean, you've seen his chair life. It's a nice neighborhood, but you know what? We're here because everything can be delivered. I get everything delivered that I need because I don't want to leave him alone in the house. Even though he tells me I can run to a store, I just am so frightened. Any emergency could happen. It's not worth it. You get groceries delivered. All his medical supplies get delivered. I mean, I buy almost everything that he needs on Amazon. Our pharmacy delivers. I don't really ever have to go out, except to go to the ATM to get money. That's the only thing I can't figure out how to get delivered. Kronos. Oh wait. Hector says, picturing Sis O'Prey as Lara Croft now. I don't know what that is.
She's a video character.
Oh, okay. And Kronos says, AT's name is Alan? No, did I say that?
Anti-Tracker's name is Allie.
No.
Auntie's name is Allie. Is that what he's saying?
Oh, no, he said AT's name is Alan.
No, she meant Auntie, meaning the dog.
Yeah.
And then she said Allie, not Alan. Yeah. Allie was Auntie's name before Anti-Tracker changed the name.
Right. Before he rescued her, her name was Allie. Okay, Nicole said, would love to have a horse, some land, and away from this city. Don't ask. Okay, I won't, but at this point in life, I don't think I'd want a horse, but would love to have a place where I could have a few more beagles and have help with the beagles. Aaron Matthews says, oh, our beagle is on a very strict diet and is still very thick. It's a beagle thing. It really is a beagle thing. One of our previous beagles, Rebel, was a thin beagle. And why did we get him?
Why did you get him fixed?
Yeah.
He was humping everything.
Oh, yes, that's why. Yes, we had to have him fixed because he thought Joe's leg, was a female beagle. But anyway, after he got fixed, then he just started putting on weight. Before that, he was the only beagle that I saw that would leave food in his dish. He'd eat it and he'd eat some of it and then walk away. But anyway, he didn't leave food after he got fixed. Though the vet says, oh, it's got nothing to do with it. I don't believe it. But Sassy has not been fixed. And I'm afraid to get it fixed if she gains more weight than she already is. So I just got to keep her away from boy girls. Okay. The Epic Beard said that processor and RAM are screaming.
Yes.
Kronos says, ravioli drools. Are you ready, Joe, to take over?
I mean, I can if you want.
Well, I'm going to say, everybody, it's been a great night. Thank you for listening to an old lady rant. See, I can't even talk anymore. Have a good night, all. I'm turning it back to Bird.
Hello, everyone. So,
can you see it?
Yeah, so the game is. So, the game is pretty set. The only problem is I'm not quite sure yet. How do we either password protect it or protect it by requiring people be friends with anti-tracker or the anti-tracker server or what? And I'm also not sure how to make multiple players an administrator, since at the least me, the anti-server, and anti-tracker need to be administrators. Now, I guess if we had to and we just had the anti-server as an administrator, since I do have access to it remotely, it would work. I mean, I guess that would be okay. In fact, that might even be ideal now that I think about it. But I really would like to figure out how to get more administrators in the game. And definitely we're going to need to figure out how to control access to the game. However, once that is done, I believe we will be able to go live sometime, hopefully tomorrow morning, assuming I can figure that all out. So the plan is right now Torch is dead. I mean, Torch isn't dead, but Torch is a no-go. It's not been fixed yet. I have no idea if they're going to fix it today, tomorrow, a week from now, or never. To be honest, I just don't know. So we can run the game, so it's literally just constantly running on Anti-Tracker's server, and that is almost as good as having a dedicated server. The only thing is that the game will constantly be open on Anti-Tracker's other computer, which isn't a big deal, of course, and we can get around it. The problem is we just don't have, without Torch, we don't have access to a lot of the fine details of, easily installing mods and things like that. So that's the current plan. To get something up and running for tomorrow morning, and then once Torch is fixed, we will move it over to Torch, and then hopefully it'll be all rainbows and unicorns from there on out. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, there should be a way to make everyone has to be in the Steam group to join or a password. I understand there should be a way. Epic, try a reset and test to make sure. Yes, I mean, well, I shut it off now, so I will go back into the game and make sure it factions that Wesley and Cinnabon and I created on the anti-server are still there. Aaron Matthews says, I'm going to go into lurker mode. I've been enjoying everything so far stream. Thank you, Bird of Prey and Mama Prey. Take care, Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? We got it. You got it. You got it. I don't know who donated. Kronos donated. Thank you so much, Kronos. And you got Kissing Dax. Unfortunately, if you posted text, I couldn't read it. I'm so sorry. I need to make it bigger. You know what? I need to make that bigger, then maybe I'd be able to read it when it comes on the screen. But Kronos, if you have something, just do @FertilePrey5 and I will read it. Nicole says, bless you, Bird. Did I sneeze? Wesley, okay, as the server. I did skip some. I do apologize. Actor says that food will never see it coming, Yosef. T-Berg, Infinity Window, Shades of Thanos. Cinnabon, I was in game. I think you said it. Yes. Alpaca Faction, yes. Nicole Malo says, Murder Mama Prey. Nice to hear you got lots of folks in the fold. Here I feel like it's the far side of the moon. Sure. Lots of folks, I guess. Joseph Petrick is lolling at Hector or with Hector. Kronos is there it is. Actress's Bird, have you heard of desktop folder? Alright. Rezo Germ, hey all, what's going on? Well, Mamo Prey took over the stream for the better part of the stream. Wow, and she had 27 people plus here. What way to go, Mama Prey. That's better than I would have had. Hey, Resolute Germ, it's a Mamo Prey stream. Resolute says, nice. The people is happy, says Hector. Meanwhile, Bird is getting his grubby hands all over Anti-Tracker's server. Resolute says nothing against Bird, but Mamo Prey is way more interesting. Wow. Actor says, nice black, the blackest of blacks. Kronos is whom, what would I rather do, listen to Mamo Prey, or watch Bird work on machine code? Well, I figured that would be boring, so that's why it worked out so nice that Mamo Prey had stuff she wanted to say tonight. Actor says machine code. Wait, it's not really machine code. You are giving me too much credit. Actor says machine code. Machine code is working in hexadecimal, poking the values by hand. Bird knows nothing of it. That is not true, Hector. In fact, my degree was electrical engineering with computer option. I had a whole year of working with, what was it? The Motorola 8080 or something processor. It was assembly language. I loved the class. I did crazy in that class. I put the rest of the class to shame with my assembly language skills.
All right.
In fact, I used one to build my senior design project, which was an infrared parking meter, way before, what a Blueberry Pie or whatever the hell that thing's called. And Jason Link with a $5 super chat also got Kissing Dax. 2 Kissing Daxes in a row. Well done. Jason Link says, here's a 5-spot to offset the cost of Caroga. Bird of prey, live long, and alpaca, my friend. Thank you very, very much, Jason. And thank you again very much, Kronos, for your earlier donation. Yeah, the Motorola 8088, I think it was. T-Berg says, oh, vanilla server, no mods, sounds like fun. No, the mods are going to be added once I move it over to Anti-Tracker's server. Agnes says, we're going to be grateful for all the effort you putting into getting Caroga destroyed as soon as possible.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Thank you, Resolute Germ, with a $2 super chat. Tip for Mamo Prey. Oh, thank you. I will pass it along. Jason says Kronos beat him to it. Actor says, oh yeah, the buy a mail like it destroys the movie. What? What were you gonna say, Mom? Oh, the oh yeah by a mail. Oh, the comment, the oh yeah. The audio clip. Well, I had to find something unique. Oh yeah. T-Berg says, thank you for your dedication, Bird of Prey, and thank you, Mamo Prey, for riding shotgun. Epic Beard says, I need to make it bigger, Bird of Prey. Yeah, I did say that. Anger says, it's like when T-Berg is giving a lap dance and he speaks in Discord. Kronos is Bird of Prey, just saying that your voice is low and thanking Mamo Prey. Oh, my voice is low because the microphone is still pointed where Mamo Prey was. Thank you. Thank you, Kronos. Hopefully that sounds better now. Kronos is lulling. Actor says assembler is one lever over machine code. Well, it's close enough. One level over machine code. Jason Link says woot woot. Actor says there is no Motorola 8088. It's the Intel 88. Motorola Micro was the 6800. It wasn't an Intel. It was the Motorola. Maybe it was the 6800. Was there something before the 6800? I mean, we're talking like old school tech. Like probably something that came out in like 1992 or something. Granted, I was in college in 1998, 1999 when I was doing this stuff. But I knew, it was old. It was old at the time. Agnes says Intel 8088 was used in the original IBM PC. Okay, so I was confused. Kronos says Kronos says, do Carogans make microchips? Well, no, we buy microchips, like most people. Actor says 6800 was 8 bits. Yeah, it was probably an 8-bit microprocessor. You could drive an LCD screen, not, an LED segmented screen, I should say. Not a total screen with pixels. 68,000 was 32 bits. Aaron Matthews sounds like as fast as my current computer, lol. Yeah, like this, would have been probably would have been taxed in a TI-85 graphing calculator. Okay, so I am going to open Space Engineers again and see if, if the factions and stuff are there. Now, I fully expect they will be. There's literally no reason they shouldn't be. But this is why we test these things. This is why we test these things. Okay, we switch over to game. Excellent. Excellent. Load game. The Aloacaverse. Aaron Matthews says Space Engineers in space. Let's see. Let's see factions. Yes, the alpacas, the Holy Carogan Empire. We will be accepting everyone for the immediate now. The alpacas will be accepting everyone, and Turdistan will be accepting everyone for at least the first couple of days. Now, I do need to make a quick video, assuming we go live, with the basics again. But for those who remember, there are not going to be drop pods. There are 3 places, and only 3 places to spawn in the game. The Carogan spawn location, which is here on an Earth-like planet. The Turdistani spawn location, which is on the far planet, and the alpaca spawn location, which is on the moon, halfway between Caroga and Turdistan. Which Turdistan is about 1,650 kilometers away, so the moon is about halfway there. Now, Caroga and Turdistan have identical landing sites, and we are inside a safe zone, as is the Turdistan one. These sites, these GPSs, are going to be public, since they can't be destroyed. However, and they do have some basics in here. Plus, they have a basic assembler, a basic refinery, an H2O2 generator, the survival kit, a cargo container, and a number of hydrogen tanks and a few oxygen tanks. So it is a good start. So when people join Caroga, they should take some stuff, and somewhere on this planet they should still start building a base. Not here, because this will be public. Turdistan's looks exactly the same, except it is Turdistani green. It is also on an ice lake. Now, I just found the first ice lakes I could find, and I just wanted to make sure that you could see the other planet from the base location. That's the only thing I looked for. I didn't go exploring on either world yet. I didn't do anything fancy. And then on the moon are the alpacas. So if you join Caroga, we're going to build, and our goal is to really attack and destroy Turdistan. However, there is also a secret prize somewhere on the moon. And I literally, I don't remember where it is. I have the GPS that was sent to Cinnabon. Cinnabon is the leader of the alpacas. Cinnabon will know where it is. I will not. I'm not going to give any hints. I'm not going to tell anybody on Caroga any place to find it. There's no other hints you're getting except it's somewhere on the moon. And I would suggest Turdistan and Caroga try to get to the moon. There is some good stuff at this secret location on the moon. We'll call this secret location, I don't know, maybe the... Huh? No. The secret location is actually... It's called the Temple of the Almighty Alpaca. So, the Temple of the Almighty Alpaca is to be protected by the Alpaca faction. So the Alpaca faction's directive is to defend the moon against both Turdistan and Caroga. Okay, alpacas should not start attacking Caroga or Turdistan on their home planets, but alpacas should do everything in their power to defend the moon from both Caroga and Turdistan. That is your job if you become an alpaca. If you become a Carogan, our job is to destroy Turdistan, and if you become a Turdistani, your job is to come attack and destroy Caroga. That is the basics of the game for round 2. I hope it is indeed fun. I realize now what happened with the PCU limit. Anti-Trekker set the PCU limit to 2,000 or 20,000 or 200,000, whatever it was, something like that. I believe it was 200,000 PCU, and he set it per faction. But tonight I discovered that 200,000 is set and it's per faction. That doesn't mean that each faction gets 200,000. That means that they divide 200,000 by the number of factions. And each faction gets 200,000 over X. And since there were 3 factions, that meant that we were all getting about, what's that, 66,666 PCU. So that is why we seem to run into the PCU limit so quickly. It's not that we had 200,000 PCU, we had 66,000 PCU. So now I've upped the total game PCU to 500,000, and it is again going to be divided amongst 3 factions. So we should have plenty more PCU than last time. However, we still don't want to waste. PCU on. Try not. Don't build giant drilling rigs and stuff if you can help it. And if you do, we probably only need 1 giant rig per faction. If, like last time, I noticed, we had 2 or 3 people on Caroga that were all working on drilling, and it just wasn't really necessary. You're gonna have to talk with your other faction members and try to do your best to plan ahead, because the limited PCU is part of the challenge. Kronos, bird of prey, you would make a good politician. You twist and flip your words, we. I flip-flop my words? No, I flop-flip my words. Actor says, I doubt Turdistan and Caroga used 190k. Well, no, there were 3 factions. There was also the neutrals. So it wasn't that they were evenly. What happens is that it was 200,000 divided by 3, which is 66,000 each. And so we each had a maximum of 66,000 PCU. And I imagine that we might have gotten to 66,000 PCU. It didn't look like we hit 200,000, which is true. But that's what's weird. Even though it's per faction, the PCU limit isn't the PCU limit per faction. It's still the world PCU limit. It's simply divided amongst per faction. You see, their options are per faction, per player, or none, global. And if you do it per player, then they just keep dividing amongst the number of players. If you got 10 players and 200,000 PCU, then everybody gets 20,000 PCU. Now that means if I use 20,000 and somebody else uses 10,000, I can't use 20,001. I get a PCU limit. But the other person, they still have 10,000 PCU to go. At least that's the best of my the best of my ability or understanding. That is how it's been explained to me, and it makes sense why we hit the limit so much earlier than I intended or we intended. Kronos is bird of prey. You would make a good. I just read that. God damn it. DJ says, "Hey, bird of prey, the discovery bully." And hey, everyone else, welcome DJ Odyssey. What is the Matrix? Welcome, what is the Matrix? Probably not, it may drive bird of prey wonky. Oh, what did you say? What is the Matrix? What is the Matrix is I'm scared to encourage alpaca comics, like the Amazing Alpaca Man, X-Alpacas, and such. What? Oh, the Alpacians. Hard C. The Alpacians. Kronos says, is it a good time to make comic book related alpaca jokes? No. No. Actor says the math only makes sense to a Carogan. Actor says alpacas assemble. Alpaca force. Okay, we're not going through this again. I still need to work on figuring some of this stuff out. Captain Alpaca, Carogan War. What is the Matrix? Hail, bird of prey. Hail, what is the Matrix? Thank you. Thank you for coming. DJ, it's good to see you. Do not get to see you too often these days. I'm glad you watched my video earlier today. Got a ton of comments on that video, a lot more than I was expecting. And got a few downvotes, which is good. I always like the down. No, don't get me wrong, I don't like hundreds of downvotes. But I like getting a few good downvotes, because it makes me, I feel like some new people have watched the video, since I know none of you regulars will dare downvote me. Obviously, the downvotes must be coming from new people. Aaron Matthews says, bird of prey, do you know if the contest codes went out yet? Aaron, I can 100% sure they did not, since Anti-Tracker was away for the last 2 days. So I would bet he's going to send them out tomorrow, since tomorrow is when we plan to get the server up and running. So I would bet that's when he does it. If he doesn't, please, I will do my best to remind him to send them out. Since it's crazy, you guys should get them. You could have been learning how to play, but I will do my best. Sorry about that, Aaron. Jason Link, bird of prey. I watched a few of his videos before. He seemed more toxic than the pile of Turdistan. towards you. I agree. He seemed toxic. Excuse me. What, a cat? You heard a cat? I heard a noise. I don't know what it was. Mama prays hearing noises. So am I. She thinks it's a cat. I don't see a cat. Agnes is the last alpaca hero. Chris M collecting, it seems it sends codes out as fast as he pays Mr. Miles. You may never get one, that is true. DJ says, unfortunately, no, I'm not interesting enough to have lurkers or stalkers. Oh, I'm sorry, DJ. Kronos is DJ, perhaps doing a live stream would help. Oh, snap. Resolutes is all down votes our Turdistani sympathizers guilty of treason. No. Nobody's guilty of treason for downvoting. They are guilty of cowardice if they don't leave a reason why. Actors is the $6 billion alpaca. Somebody make me stop. Jason Link, it's UPS. No, it's not UPS. Did you open the garage today? I don't think so. You think there's a cat stuck in the garage? Mama Pray heard a cat meow. Well, why don't you go outside? I'll open the garage. You see if a cat comes running out. Because we don't need the cat coming in the house if there is a cat in the garage. Okay, we've got to perform a very difficult. I'm waiting. Oh my god. Okay. No, I agree. You can't leave her there. I will bring the garage up. No, I'll bring the garage camera up. For what I see, there is no cat on camera, but you never know where they might be. So, let me stay sassy. Okay. There we go. See if we see a cat run out. I doubt it. Doesn't appear. Huh? Nothing, yeah. No cats. Yeah, so. I don't know. I mean, I heard something. It could have been anywhere, I suppose. Yeah, it could have been outside. Mr. Miles is Bird of Prey. You should play Star Trek Online so I won't have to suffer alone. No, Mr. Miles, I tried Star Trek Online, and that was before Discovery content even made it into it. And even then, I really couldn't deal with it. It is your cross to bear, Mr. Miles. Jason Links is Bird of Prey. I watched a few of his videos before, and he seemed more. I read that. I'm so sorry. DJ saying, yeah, to Kronos. Epic Beard says, remember to downvote. Character says, anti-eated that plaque must file. Mr. Miles is plaque. Kronos is UPS at this hour. Yeah, it's rare. They deliver till 8 p.m. officially, but they have come late a couple of times. What is the Matrix's actor? Stop. But the $6 trillion alpaca is a movie I need to see. Epic Beard says, hey, pussycat. Kronos is Mr. Miles. So you are starving and also having to play Star Trek Online. You know, Mr. Miles, I don't know if you saw Anti-Trekker's stream earlier today, but an anonymous hacker hacked into Anti-Trekker's computer while he was streaming and demanded $10,000 in Bitcoin for your back pay, Mr. Miles. So you let us know if you get the $10,000 in Bitcoin, or else that anonymous hacker did threaten Anti-Tracker. DJ says, okay, fine, Bird of Prey. I will start downvoting for every time you mention Sisso Prey without hearing her voice or seeing her on the stream. LMAO. Well, does that count as a mention? Because that shouldn't count because you brought her up. No, Alexidian left the cat inside. Kronos is the suffering. Biz Miles is Bird of Prey, Sassy, FedEx, UPS. What is the Matrix? Is Alpaca Mountain? DJ Odyssey says, funny thing, there is actually an alpaca farm not far from me. Well, DJ, it sounds like you need to get some video of the alpaca farm. What is the Matrix? My heart longs to see such a place. Epic Beard, where are those pistons on the door? This bird. Oh, man. What's going on, Sassy? Is there a cat running around? I don't see a cat. I saw a car pass. Okay. The alpaca wore tennis shoes? I don't know. No, I don't own the farm. Oh, no, it's not an alpaca farm. What is the Matrix is where Julie Andrews sings of the alpacas of past and present. Aaron Matthews says, I play Star Trek Online on Xbox, and it's the only real Trek game on console. Ms. Mouse's Bird of Prey, Sassy, FedEx, UPS. Jason Link bought STO on the Xbox One as well if you want to do some missions sometimes. So you have to buy it? I thought it's free. DJ says, no, I didn't. Okay. Oh, actor says, DJ, did you know Sisso Prey was in the Boy Scouts? No, he did not. DJ Sassy is after the cat now, yeah. Kronos says, oh, there's FedEx. DHL will be there in about 10 minutes, says Epic Beard. DJ says, World of Alpaca Craft. Ms. Mouse's Bird owns a funny farm, not an alpaca farm. He calls it Caroga from what I understand. Kronos is Bird of Prey. If you don't own the alpaca farm, then where the bloody hell are all these alpacas coming from? I wish I knew. And Jason Links is Bird of Prey. You mixed up two of my comments together now. Lol. I am sorry, Jason Link. Jason Link says, Aaron Matthew, I play STO on Xbox One as well if you want to do some missions sometimes. So I didn't mess up that one. DJ says they're coming to take him away. Ha 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 ha. Actor says since there aren't wild since there aren't wild alpacas, they must come from another farm. And guys, with that, I need to get back to working on Space Engineers. So we're going to end the stream there. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out tonight. I know it was another late one. I will try to stream early tomorrow. Camille is back tomorrow, as Mama Prey said. And we have an early start, so hopefully I can be streaming by 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see what's going on. We will see what's going on at that point. So take care all. Good night. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for those who donated. Mama Prey is typing away. Oh, I thought you said you were typing. She's saying thank you. Mama Prey is saying thank you. And yes, thank you all. And Mama Prey, thank you, Mama Prey, for taking over the stream for a bit while I was working on Space Engineers. Actor says an early stream, the Eurobirds will be happy. I feel so bad. The Eurobirds have been getting a raw deal this weekend. Jason Link, hold on, going to look so I don't misspell it. What? Misspell what? It's spelled IT. Actor says don't forget to check. Oh yes, Bio Mike has a TOS review coming out very soon, unless it came out already. I closed. I usually have a Google plugin to tell me my Gmail, but I shut it off because I knew my desktop was going on tonight, and I didn't want somebody's, sensitive email or something being recorded on the stream. So I have to turn back on my Gmail plugin. So thank you guys for reminding me, because I certainly would have forgotten. Good night and Qapla all. Bird of Prey, wow, your smooth moves, says Carlos. Thank you. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdoPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.